Hey, it's the Real Estate G, Gerald Price Jr., and I wanted to record this. Um, we'll call it an episode of the Cashflow Game by Robert Kiyosaki. Let me just share my screen, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so best way to get this game, access to the game, the digital version, is to go to richdad.com, set up an account, and at the top of the screen, you'll click it. It'll say play. Not this screen, but the previous one. In fact, let me just go back so I can show you. So see right here, join a free game of the Cashflow Classic. So when you log in, go there, click that. Screen will pop up. Click anywhere. You can either create a game or maybe hop in. So I'll just create one. 2-player. Let's play. See who joins me. Create. Excuse me. Maybe I'll just begin the game. Let's see how that goes. All right. Here. All right. So now when we get started, you want to pick your dream. So this is similar to real life. You got to have a vision, a dream, your why, what you're even planning for. It's a big goal. Me, I like this one, stock market for kids. I actually intend on creating that in real life. So it tells you what you are. So I'm a mechanic. My salary is 2,000. I have 670 in savings, and so that means I'm starting off with 670 in cash. And then this is your financials or your income statement. So this is your financials. If you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about how your personal financials are your report card in real life. So you got your income, your expenses, then you got your assets and liabilities. So this is the income statement, the balance sheet. Now, the goal of the game is to make enough passive income to cover your expenses. So when you start off in the rat race. And again, the goal is to create enough passive income to exit the rat race. So what I see a lot of the times when I play other people is as they go along, they like to pay down their debt. And in my opinion, that's not necessarily the right way to go about it. I subscribe to what I refer to as a debt positive strategies. And so with that said, I understand that there's a such thing as good debt and bad debt, and then I also understand that there's three ways that you use debt. You leverage debt, you manage debt, and then you eliminate debt. And in that order. And so with that, let's just get into it and roll the dice. Okay, so through life, you're gonna have different deals, and the way you decide between big deal and small deals is really based on your access to capital. So I'm going to go with the small deal first. Okay, so we have a mutual fund. The cost is 30, zero cash flow, trade range 10 to 30. So in my opinion, this is not a deal, so I'm going to pass. In my turn. Okay, small deal. Condo for sale, 2 bed, 1 bath, older, 2 bed, 1 bath condo offer, young couple who wants to move up to a single family. Okay, so it costs 55,000. Cash flow is 165,000 down. I'll do that. So in this case, uh, I have 720 that I make in cash flow, and so I'm short 4,000. So I'm gonna borrow 4,000. Now the way this game works is for every 1,000, it costs you $100 a month in interest, or $100 per payday in interest. So the way I look at this is I'll borrow it. Now the cash flow covers is a 160, so that's essentially 1,600 worth of borrowed money that the property covers, and then I'll have to pay the difference out of pocket. So I'm going to buy it, and then on the check, make sure I have a positive cash flow, and then I'll just in turn and keep playing. Okay, so this is a doodad. Went fishing, bought a fishing rod. One other thing you want to start looking at is as you manage your financials, right? Your income statement and balance sheet. You want to notice how this is reported. And so on my asset column, I have an asset, real estate, cost 55 grand. The liability on that asset is 50 grand because I put 5,000 down. So I bought in with 5,000 in equity up front is how I interpret that. Okay, so in my turn, keep rolling. Okay, cappuccino. Okay, so I got downsize. That cost me 1,600. I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to borrow. It's another 2,000. So that's 6,000 in debt. That's 600 out of my cash flow. So I'm down from 780 to 280. So still positive. Lose a couple turns. That's life. You know, sometimes you run into roadblocks. Demand for bed and breakfast. Okay, so these are opportunities. So in the market, sometimes there's opportunities. I don't have a bed and breakfast, and so if I had one, then I'd be able to sell it for the 250,000. In this case, I don't have one, so keep it moving. Payday. Okay. Small deal. All right. Gray single family house repossessed by the government agency, ready to go. All right, so this would be like the equivalent of, say, a HUD home, right? So that's why you can get it for 35,000, which is really inexpensive. The cash flow on it is 220. That's actually really good, and it's 2,000 down. So this is in real life. This would probably be somewhere like a first-time home buyers type of scenario, outside of the 220 in cash flow, and it would be like a HUD home or a pre-foreclosed or a foreclosed property is how I would probably expect. So in this case, I didn't have the money, the 2 grand, so I'm gonna borrow another 1,000. So it's another okay. But again, I'm getting $220 in cash flow, so I'm actually positive 120 in cash flow is how I would manage that. So when you look at the financials, I'm up from 280 to 400. Okay, turn, keep it moving. And I got a hell of a deal. Small. All right, here we go. So now we're getting into the stock market and trading. So this is the stock. The trading range is $10 to $30. I'm actually gonna pass on this particular deal because I don't like that range. It's not enough margin for me. to implement some of the strategies that I use in the game. So we keep it moving. Small. Okay. Had I did that, I would have doubled my money, I believe. I have to look back at the recording because it's the same stock. So it would have went up $10. I'd have doubled my money, but again, I'm good. And I'm not playing nobody else, so I'll wait. Okay, for you, drugs cost $30. Range is $5 to 40. So there's still some room on the upside, but that's too much to be paying for some stock retail. All right. So you got offered 100 grand for your single family. So in this case, what I'm going to do is the equivalent of flipping the house. I purchased it for 35. I can sell it for 100. So I'm going to net 67,000 sale. All right. And now I got in cash 68,450. If I look at my liabilities in terms of loan, I got 7,000 worth of loans. Uh, so I could pay that off. Uh, and what I'm going to do is repay half of it. Now, somebody asked Gerald, why wouldn't you repay all of it? And the reason why is, again, debt is to be leveraged, managed, and eliminated. And so the goal of the game is to get enough passive income to cover your expenses. As a mechanic, I didn't have too much income. And one of the things about the game is once you win, exit the rat race, um, the money that you're making in the fast lane is a multiple of your passive income. And so one of the things you run into is if you leave the rat race and you're making like say 300,000 a payday or whatever in the fast lane, it limits your purchasing power in the fast lane. And so actually my experience is it's put me at a disadvantage in the fast lane. So that's why I'm managing my debt. I'm not going to pay it all off. As long as I got a positive cash flow, I'm good. But what I'll do is pay 3,000 down, okay, and then again, to exit, I need to come up with 1680 in passive income. So, and then I got 480 in cash flow, positive cash flow. So, with this, I'm going to go ahead and look at some big deals and see what we got. Okay. All right. So this is problematic for me. I'm going to do it though, so I can show you versus telling you the experience of exiting the rat race quick. Because basically, bam, congratulations, you're out of the rat race. And if you notice, that didn't take much time. And if you notice, I didn't spend any money on paying off my other credit cards or the mortgage or anything like that. Because again, debt is to be managed, it's to be leveraged, managed, and then eliminated. Okay, so now I'm in a fast lane. Now, there's two ways to win the game, and that's one thing you need to understand is how to win. You either land on your dream or you create 50 grand in passive income. So I just bought a quickie mark, 120,000. Okay, let's look at my financials again. See, my cash flow day income is 201,000. I just spent 120,000 on an opportunity, so I only got 76,000 in cash. It's not likely I'll be able to buy anything else. So if I'm competing with other people, it really puts me at a disadvantage. See, here's another opportunity to buy into a auto truck part maker business, like 150,000 cash flow is 5,000. I don't got 150,000, so I have to pass. So it just extends my time in the game. Now I got audited, lost half of the money that I had. I did hit a payday, but now I'm back to 130. So I don't, I'm in the fast lane, but I don't make a whole lot of income. You know, see, can't even take advantage of that. That's two opportunities. Auto repair shop, can't even do it. Search. All right. So this is going to cost me 25. Now this is like a startup IPO opportunity. Buy 250,000 shares at 10 cents a share. If you roll a 6, you sell it for $2 a share. You get 500,000 in cash from the bank, and then you earn 500,000. So I'm gonna do it. Roll to 1, lost to 25. It's all good. Now in real life, I still had the shares, and I just hold it and have equity in the company, and we'll see what happens. Pizza franchise 225. I can buy this one. It's good. Pass. Okay. I can buy this one. Now that was a startup, and I rolled and didn't hit, so I don't get the cash flow from the business. So, and that cost me 225,000. It is what it is. Now, see, this is the problem when you don't make enough money. I just hit my dream, and I don't have enough cash to achieve my dream. So I had to pass. Okay. I don't even have enough money to donate to charity. Now, one thing about the game is when you're in the fast lane, you don't have the same ability to borrow money. Uh, Got to pass again. So that's 20,000. Okay, I can buy this one. So I was been 20 some $1,000 worth of businesses. Got to pass on the t-shirt shop. Check where I'm at. So 31,000. Already own that. Dry cleaners, 100 grand. I'll buy that. Leaves me with 149,000. $300,000. I'll buy that. Leaves me with 71,000. Problem is now if I land on my dream, I can't afford it again. Can't even afford to donate. Now, one of the benefits of donating is you get to roll multiple dice, which means you get around the board a lot faster, which is good because it allows you to save money as long as you avoid, things that take money away. So if I was competing with somebody else, I'd really be in a bind right now because I got to work a lot harder in order to do what's necessary to win, meet those requirements. All right, software IPO. Let's try this again and see what we make out with. Did it again. Okay. But it's still good. We still got 500,000. So we're good. Biotech. I can buy it for 500,000. No, cost 50,000. 50,000 costs possible. So yeah, I'll spend that. I'll invest that. Okay, so that's 100,000 that I've lost on opportunities. You gain 50,000 cash flow. That's the game, folks. Okay, so I won the game. There you go. Because the goal again is to get 50,000 in cash flow. So I was able to earn, say, 60, 75, 50, 60, 75, essentially almost 85,000 in additional income in the fast lane. So that's good. So hope that was helpful. Uh, Quit. I do also use some other strategies. I'm not going to get into that now, but I did want to kind of give some foundational perspectives um, from my point of view. Hope that was helpful. Keep playing. This is fun when you're playing other people, and hope you got some value.